Good morning, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This morning is going to be a fun one. So let me go ahead. I think, here we go. First of all, just like I said, every morning I want to give God all the glory, all the praise for waking me up this morning, the ability to trade. Yesterday we had a loss on SPY, but we kept Google as far as we was in the trade for Google. So today Google is up, so we should be up a decent amount going into the day. All right, so here we go on Google right now. Don't log in. I'm trying to close it. All right. All right, now you can log in. All right, so on Google, we had an 84% profit on Google. That's on SPY. Where's SPY right now? Because we're in SPY pushing. What's the price? Oh, it's dropping back down.
I didn't know you were in that.
It's dropping back down. All right. Come on, man.
What? Here, you can use this.
No, because I had the screenshot.
Oh, okay, well, go ahead.
It's going on. All right, guys. So today we had news. So for unemployment, let's see what came out. Unemployment, the numbers are higher than expected. Trade balance. Whoa, look at that trade balance difference. Look at that trade balance difference. Oh, that's not for us. Okay. Man, I was looking at CAD instead. I was looking at Canadian dollar. My bad. Trade balance came in positive. But the unemployment rate is up. So we might see a drop in SPY. If SPY breaks the day low, we could expect SPY to drop more. SPY right now went down to close a gap. So we had a gap on the day right here. So we have the gap on the day right here. So it went down and test that level. If we break this low, then we could fall more, which I think we might break the low. If you look at yesterday, look at this rejection right here. We've been rejecting here all day yesterday. AMD, I wasn't patient enough on AMD yesterday. I saw the trade, but I already did my trades yesterday on AMD, and I broke my level. Um, and it broke my level and went up and basically hit target yesterday. So I'm still bullish on AMD, but we gotta pay attention to the market as far as just trade what the market gives us. Right now, we're not in any trades. No, that was gonna happen with Google. Meta seems like it wants to go up to 700. Tesla is taking a dump, a real dump. Not in any trades yet, guys.
Are you on?
Hmm?
You're on Facebook?
Oh no, I forgot.
Oh.
I forgot. Damn it, man. Google pushing. Google would have been over 100%, but I closed Google out at 84%.
Which contacted you?
I had the 170 calls.
Two.
Yeah, over 100%.
298.
I'm watching SPY to the downside for today. Unemployment came in bad. A break off the day low right here, and we could drop more. So we're coming down right now in SPY. I really don't want it to fall more yet, but it's just falling right now. It's about All right, guys, my bad. Some technical difficulties just now. My whole system shut down.
Good thing you weren't in the trade.
Yeah. All right, so SPY broke the day right here. So a break of this 15-minute, and then we could take SPY on puts. We're just going to wait for the 15-minute to end on here before we do anything. Coin is pulling back in. Also, I had like AVGO to the downside as well. All right, so here we go. We want to see SPY pop up right here. So I want to see SPY pop up and test VWAP and then reject off of VWAP. So go up, test VWAP, reject, and come back down. Now, this red line right here is where it gapped up. So if it doesn't even go back up, it's fine. Right now, it's using where it was support right here as resistance. But realistically, I would love for it to pop up first. If not, you still can take it on a short. On the breakup right here, I'm going to go in puts. All right, so I'm jumping in puts right here. Shit. Already popped down, but it's okay. I'm jumping in puts right here. All right, here's the drop, guys. First level is 94. Look at 94.
You're up 10%.
Up 10% on these. First level is 94, like I say, right down here at my my green line. We should come down. Let me see the 200. Let me look on my daily as well. All right, so right here is VWAP. So make sure we pay attention to VWAP right here. So this is an important level right here. So I'm going to put a line right here at VWAP. Got to make sure we pay attention to that. Because we most likely will test VWAP and we could bounce off of VWAP. So pay attention to that. So right here, funny enough, it's right where I was saying before. Make sure you're trimming.
Trim the line.
Okay.
Did you hit the line?
Not yet. Don't like what AVGO is doing right here. Well, AVGO didn't have a thing on it. AVGO didn't have a wick at the top of it. So AVGO most likely will come back up. There's a gap that it gapped down right there. Yeah, see how AVGO is pushing back up right here. It didn't have a wick on it. So pay attention to AVGO. If AVGO pop back up and come down and break this 15, then we're gonna fall on AVGO. So the level on AVGO will be down here. If we break yesterday's low, which is this yellow line, then we should fall even more. on AVGO. So right down at this line right here, if we break this line, we should fall. There's a gap right here on AVGO that needs to close. So look at that level. You want to see a rejection right there for AVGO. As popping back up. SPY's to the downside, guys. So this is the reason why I say trim. Look for a rejection right here from AVGO. There's a rejection. I want to see it reject. Smaller time frame. Three minutes left in this 5-minute candle on here. There's a rejection on AVGO. A breakup right here, guys, and they're going to fall even more. Right? Here we go. So we're still in SPY. We trimmed some contracts on SPY. Still in SPY. Up 5% right now on SPY. Oh. Also, if Apple breaks this low right here, Apple is going to fall. So if Apple breaks yesterday's low, Apple will fall. Target on Apple will be right here. Go back to AVGO. 2 minutes. All right, we should come down right here, guys. We have 6 minutes left into this 15-minute candle. Is there any news at 10? Natural gas, FOMC. FOMC speaker, no. Okay, so there's nothing. All right, 1 minute left in this 5-minute candle on SPY. 1 minute left in this 5-minute candle. I love that it's right under the 200. It's closing under the 200 right here. I love that. You see these green levels right here. These are the buy zones right here. So we don't have any buy zones until down here. But right at my line is where we have VWAP, okay? So just pay attention to that. 18 seconds left. All right, here we go. Pop up. I needed to reject this 200 right here. Needed to reject the 200 and then drop, break this 5. If we break this 5, then we're going to come down to our first target. All right, so we're rejecting the 200. AVGO is in a nice spot right here as far as to come down. It went up to test the 50, and I wanted to see it reject the 50 right here. Pay attention to SPY right now. We're breaking the 5. We just broke the 5. So the next target right now is going to be down here, right to our line. So we're approaching our line right now. If you guys are just joining in, right now I'm in SPY puts. I'm in SPY puts. Here's TikTok. All right, here we go, guys. Here's a drop. Got 2 minutes left in this 5-minute candle. Make sure you're trimming. Okay, make sure you're trimming. All right, right here, we're approaching this right here. Make sure you trim some right here. Just trim some, okay? We're going to fall more, but make sure you take some off the table if anything. This could bounce right back up. Reason why I'm saying it could bounce right back up is because VWAP is right there, okay? VWAP is right there on the day. If you look at that, we just touched VWAP. My wife closed out of her trade. We still can drop more, guys. Again, there's no buy zone until right down here, but we're testing VWAP right now on the day. So if we're testing VWAP on the day, we have a minute and 30 seconds left, right? So with this, the 15-minute, if you look at the 15-minute right now, look at the drop right there. We could bounce back up, close somewhere up here, right? New 15-minute come, go back up, test up here, and then drop. By the time we drop down, we're not as much in profit, okay? We're not as much in profit. Right now, we have 1 minute left in this 15-minute candle. So what can happen is we can bounce right back up because we're touching VWAP right now on the day. Okay, we're touching VWAP on the day. So be careful. Trim if you're in this, and if you're in the trade, trim right here. Okay, trim right here. You guys should be up way over 20%. My wife says she's done for the day.
I have things to do. I have to travel today.
My wife says she's done for the day, guys. She's done for the day. Like she ain't playing. She's done for the day. That's it. That's it. She's done for the day. That's a good trade right there. Um, all right, pay attention to here. 10 o'clock right now. We have 10 o'clock. We can pop all the way back up to VWAP. Okay, we can pop all the way back up to VWAP and then come back down and reject right here. Or what you could see happen right now is we could bounce right here throughout the whole day. Okay, because we went up, we almost tested day high from yesterday, but if you look at yesterday, we've been rejecting all day yesterday this level. All day yesterday, we've been rejecting that level. Okay, so it rejected it again this morning, big drop down, right? And then it broke day low, and then it tests VWAP. Okay, it tested VWAP. So the rest of the day, we could bounce throughout this area for the rest of the day. Okay, we can drop down more. Now, this is a 2-2 reversal to the downside. That means that the take profit, the target should be down here and then right here. But my first target, okay? A lot of people, when they're doing certain strategies, they don't have certain things on their chart, which to me doesn't make any sense. But if it makes sense for them, it makes sense for them. So sometimes they might have a target in place, but then they don't have certain things like VWAP, or they don't have certain things as far as 200 EMA or MA on their chart. So when price comes down and it hit a level and then bounce off and then reverse, they'll be like, yo, it didn't hit target. Yeah, it didn't hit target because if you had the VWAP on there, you would see that it touched VWAP, bounced off of VWAP, and came back up. So at that point, you should at least put your target or trim some at VWAP, right? These are things that like you have to decide what your trading strategy is going to be, right? That's why I talk about that all the time. You can learn from different people. I've learned from different people, but I've taken my own based on what I've seen over years of trading. Like it's good to take profit, especially when it comes to options. Right now, the options that the contracts right now that we were in, right? They should be in profit still. Okay, they should be in profit still, right? Now, a break below this 15 right here, and we're gonna drop more. Okay, a break below this 15 right here, and we're gonna drop more. We can come down to 590 today. Now, this is my thing, right? Remember, I always like last week Thursday I said this. When you look at the reports for the week, every Thursday you have unemployment claims. If unemployment is red and it's by a significant amount, you will have a red day. Okay, 90. I'll say I won't go that high. I'll say 80% of the time you will have a red day. Okay, when unemployment is more than expected, especially if it's a lot more than expected. Now, if in a case where it's a lot less, then you will have a green day. Okay, you'll have a green day. But expect the market to drop when you see less. It comes in more. So today they forecast for unemployment to be 236K, right? Unemployment came in at 247K. So that tells me that market was going to drop, at least at the beginning. Okay. If you see a push up, if you see a push up in the market, then expect for some type of drawback or retracement back down and then possibly go back up. But I expected the market to drop, right? Now, I'm looking for a red day because of what I saw. I'm looking for a red day unless something come in, but I'm looking for a red day. My two lines are here as far as it hit first target, right? It hit first target. So the next target is going to be down here at 552, 552.36, and then 591.86. Now I would say instead of 552.36, I'll put it more of a psych level and say 552.50, right? And then 590, 590, 581.75. Because sometimes my lines don't hit exactly on here, right? So these are my targets based on the strategy that I trade. Okay. Now, are there levels that it might come up and touch? Yes. You have right here on this green line, 593.20. That was a resistance level. Okay. So resistance can turn into support. Okay. But right now, I wouldn't be in anything. I closed out the trades already because it came down, it touched VWAP, and it's doing exactly what I said it was going to do. It was going to retrace a little bit. Now, it can play around here for a little bit, and then afterwards, it could come back down. Okay? But right now, look what we're doing. We're going back up to test VWAP, just like I mentioned earlier. We're going back up to test VWAP. Shit. AVGO is actually pushing up for calls. You say something, babe? Oh yeah. All right. So guys, to be honest with you, I made my trade for the day. My wife is done. She didn't want to do too much today. Today's gonna be a short day. She's traveling today. I gotta run to the airport. So make sure that you're trading safely. Another trade scenario, guys, again, is right here. If we break this low, then we can take that trade. We could go into a next put. If you want to be risky, if you want to be risky, if we test VWAP right here, you could go in a put and use your 15-minute high right here as a stop loss. If you want to be risky, okay. Jumping in the put a little bit earlier up here, so you would take it under rejection up here and wait for the drop to come down. However, your stop loss should be the top of here, because if we break the top of here, we're reversing back to the upside. So that's one thing that you could take a look at. But apart from that, guys, trade safely. I'm done for the day. That was really quick. 30 minutes into the market, I'm done. I like these days. I like these days. So with that, guys, if you take the trade with me, go enjoy the rest of your day. Don't sit down. Don't try to do more. You just made money. Don't lose the money that you make. All right. Have a wonderful day.